So the reason that you do that, the reason you use that, I don't like the word that it's called, but I call it a measure.
Okay.
The reason that you do that, what you refer to as it's a competition trick to make sure to keep your nerves from spilling everywhere and keeps your elbows in.
That's it?
Yeah, so you don't look like this and you're not doing this. It keeps you tight and keeps everything more efficient.
Do you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. And it just comes naturally to y'all to be that lame about it.
It's not lame.
Nah, I know, but watching that dude in that fucking suit with that hairline doing it was something.
You know, it's lame going into a pawn shop to see if they have 4K DVDs and then asking if they have any. But you know what she said?
They usually don't, but they do sometimes. Have a couple 4K Blu-rays. I'm gonna buy them all and put them on my wall. Dougie sucks balls.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel.
And this is episode
80.
80, man. 20 more till 100.
The big 80.
Yes, that's true. So
He just did it again.
It's a different guy.
I know, but still, he did it the same way. Oh, he's doing it! He's doing it with that thing now! He was going... He did it 3 times!
Just make sure you get it all in there.
It was like a syrup thing. He just did it. Fucking awesome.
That's what you're saying off the air. You're saying some pretty mean-spirited things about that.
It looks lame.
So you're on to... So this is interesting because I didn't realize there's 4K DVD now, or what's
Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray.
So Blu-ray with the blue case is on its way out.
No, not really. So there's the thing. I'm not gonna do what I did with Blu-ray and DVD with 4K.
Like go
all out. No.
I wouldn't say you went all out. I say you lost control.
Oh, for sure.
Bro, your collection, it's all boxed up and ready to go.
Oh no, it's gone. I sold my entire Blu-ray collection last year.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Yeah. But I mean, when I would walk into your apartment, I was like, how in God's name? Like our older episodes, I used to like just pick random.
Oh no, Doug, that's what I had left after I sold my collection. We kept 200. I sold like $4,000 or 4,000 of them.
Damn.
Yeah, I have maybe 100 DVDs and about 200 Blu-rays. But I used to have literal thousands.
If you were to take those into a place you used to work and try to cash them in, how much would you get for it?
So I have the actual answer to that. I did that with the DVDs. I sold the Blu-rays online individually and cleaned up. But I got shit on by shipping. That fucked me so bad. I made somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000, but spent almost half of that on shipping.
Okay. Okay. So your net was
about 1,000, give or take, maybe even 800. I didn't make that much.
Yeah, your gross.
I lost a shit ton of money.
You spent $1,000 on shipping.
I did it completely wrong. So maybe
sounds
roundabout.
Like it.
So what I did was
sounds like you didn't know what you're doing. I
didn't. I've never done that before, and I got it way over my head because I thought maybe 3 or 4 people would hit me up, but I was getting literal hundreds of messages every like minute. And I was having to go through, mark down what people got, figure out how much they owed me for shipping and for that, and then move on to the next person. And then individually I had to go through and do them. But since I never done it before, I didn't think to research the best way to get them all out. And so I was shipping them each out media mail. And the company I shipped them through is a third-party company because it was just closer to me and didn't have a line like the post office.
I wish I never asked.
That's fine. I'm going to tell you anyway. And the packages to put them in, she charged me so much fucking money for each one, and I didn't realize it till I was done.
Okay, so yeah, you don't.
But I did take the DVDs in the half price, and they gave me a reasonable offer, but only because when it's for an employee, they have to individually look up each item. And they don't do that for anyone else.
Yeah. Okay. So so VHS, obviously there's like a big market for it right now, or is it going? Is that going to be around for a couple more years?
It's dead media, so it'll be as popular. I mean, it's dead media, so it'll always sell.
Well, vinyl's not. Remember, everybody's listening to vinyl for a bit. It's not as.
It's bigger now than it was then.
Is it?
You just don't notice it because it's so ubiquitous now that it's not. It doesn't catch your eye anymore when you see it.
It's just like reborn.
Last year and the year before and the year before, it outsold CDs like 5-1.
That's fucking cool though.
It's pretty awesome.
Think. So with VHS, You can sell VHS. You said you've seen VHS go for a couple $100.
More than that. There's a Halloween 2, original Halloween 2 MCA release right now that's going for $10,000.
Why?
No idea. There's also one that's exactly the same going for $750. So who knows? A lot of the big prices are people fucking around trying to get more than they should. And that influences anytime one of those things sells, it fucks it up for everybody else for a little while. But the thing with the 4K Blu-rays is that, so like, okay, you remember when you turned on you remember the first time?
What the shit?
I thought it was on your wrist.
I forgot my watch.
Oh, it's right here. You remember when?
Sorry about that.
You remember when you got the TV?
Hand me that watch.
Yeah. You remember when you got the TV and you were spat? What the fuck was that? Did I break something? Damn it! Did I break one of your stupid Apple things?
It's fine.
Okay. I was like, motherfucker, I can't afford to buy no Apple shit right now. So you remember when you first got the TV and you called me freaking out about the difference between?
Yeah, I just didn't know.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you put a Blu-ray in on this TV, it'll look damn good. It'll look damn good. But
damn good.
Blu-rays are on Blu-ray discs, okay? Mm-hmm. And that can hold somewhere around 50 gigs of data. 4K discs hold somewhere like 150 gigs of data, maybe even more than that. So you're talking about not having to compress image or audio really at all. You can just straight up put it directly on there, which means that at this point, it is possible through using a 4K Blu-ray to make your viewing experience at home measure up to, if not surpass, your theater experience. It is extremely noticeable if you have the right hardware and you know what you're looking for and you have the patience to change shit. But like, I was watching Jaws a couple days ago. It looks fucking phenomenal. It looks like it was filmed last week. Some people may not like that. Some people may want it to look more like an older flick, and they can do that by watching the Blu-ray or the DVD. But the 4K, what it does is it just uncompresses everything so much that you get every detail. And also, with a lot of these big restorations, they're doing them by hand. So you would put a movie in a computer and say, I want this to be 4K. And the computer could do that to any movie. But that's called upscaling, and it uses a system called checkerboarding, which essentially gives you a 1080p image but fakes it so your eyes think it's 4K. But your eyes have a hard time differentiating between 1080p and 4K already because there's really not that noticeable of a difference to the naked eye.
Okay.
So that works okay. But for things like Jaws or Apocalypse Now, which is one that I actually know the real numbers on, there's 330,000 different frames in Apocalypse Now. A team went through and by hand upgraded every single frame. So went in and by hand color corrected all the frames, took grain out, added grain, fixed blurring, fixed artifacting, cigarette burns from when the reels were first made. They go through by hand and fix all that.
Are you about to cry?
No, I got something in my throat and I can't get it out. I keep thinking it's going to go away, but it won't.
and they got rid of all the cigarettes.
I wasn't sure if you were going to notice or not, but I'm getting emotional, bro. No, it's just fucking wild. They put a lot of...
I was getting emotional. I'm like, this is dumb as fuck.
This dude fucking loves movies.
Dude loves restoration.
Oh, God, dude.
Like, Joel.
They take the cigarette burns out, bro. I can't breathe.
Every single frame, and they use a fucking Q-tip.
But yeah, so it looks pretty phenomenal. And then there's like new movies. There's new movies. New movies, obviously, if you get a 4K Blu-ray of a new movie, it just looks, beyond anything. So,
when's the last time you had like a hard cry that you couldn't like when you were a kid and you could?
I think I'm gonna throw up. Oh shit, a hard cry, like sobbing hard cry.
Yeah,
I don't know. I cry like every day though. So
I cry all the time.
Me too.
I cry all the time.
I cry
dude.
commercials.
What the fuck?
I cry at everything. That commercial where ET comes back and they're all. You haven't seen that? I think it's a year old at this point. There is a fucking commercial where ET comes back and to Elliot now, and it's really Elliot, and it's really like all the people from the movie growing up, and Elliot has a family, and ET comes back and lives with them. and hangs out with the kid and then has to leave again at the end of the commercial. It's like a 6-minute long commercial for AT&T. And it is heart-wrenching, bro. I was sitting there just getting mad fucked up with my Giblet. Kimmy Gibbler.
So a Gimlet's an actual drink.
Okay, so the Gimlet's the vodka drink, right?
No, it's not.
What's a Giblet?
A giblet?
Gimlet.
I think a giblet's a part of a fowl, like a bird. I think they have giblets.
When someone says foul play, do they mean like it was like a bird?
Like a bird.
He's out there foul playing, flopping around.
No, like a gimlet. Are you asking what's in a gimlet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that's what that thing was called. Like literally, oh, she's fucking about to do it herself, bro.
Beefeater 24. That's what you use at the hardwood.
What is it? VGA 24 Beefeater?
Beefeater 24. It's
Beefeater.
It's a gin. That one has a different array of botanicals.
Okay, that's a weird name for a drink.
Beefeater?
Yeah,
it's like one of the oldest London dry gins out there.
Dude, straight up, I've never had gin. I have no fucking clue what it even tastes like.
I got some gin over there if you want to try it.
I'm so okay on that. You got any brandy? It's the same shit.
I do have brandy.
Is that not the same shit?
No.
Oh, okay. So when in like in Titanic, when they're like, we're going to retire to the brandy room, and they're all fucking, they got little giblets.
They're not called giblets. Gimlet is a type of drink.
And what's in it?
It's going to be sugar, lime.
I didn't expect the first ingredient to be just sugar.
Sugar, or simple syrup, if you will. Sugar, lime, and gin.
Okay.
And I mean, but some people consider ice an ingredient, which I do, and then some people even consider glass that you put it in an ingredient.
I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but shouldn't in alcoholic, especially like cocktails, shouldn't ice always be considered an ingredient since it melts?
Yeah.
And adds water to your drink.
What is that called?
Watering down your drink.
Dilution.
Okay.
Yes.
Like in chemistry. When you have to dilute the red stuff before you put the blue stuff on it so it doesn't make the purple stuff.
Excuse me, Miss Zuniga, do I put the blue stuff in now?
You're fabricating, Doug. You need to quit fabricating.
Dude,
I loved her. She fucking hated
I loved her too. Her husband taught me soccer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he has like national championship rings from the Belize and stuff like that. But Belize.
That's cool that he has national championships rings, but does he have a hall pass made out of a dead monkey? Was that the hall pass?
It was, but I remember
the hall pass was a dead animal.
Dude, I remember forgetting this one dude.
I loved her.
He freaking, me and him were in the study group when you had to take hydrogen in a glass and you take a stick with fire on the tip of it and you put it in the bottom. I think this is how it worked. And then it would
don't try this at home, just in case.
And it would light
this
the rim,
right.
And there'd be fire around the rim. And she's like, now take it to the angle and it's called like dragon's breath. And fire flew out. Do you not remember that?
No.
And like my work partner goes, it just boom, and like burnt his eyebrow off. Like right in front of me.
That class was dangerous, dude. I remember somebody in my class.
That was the first time I went to integrated physics and chemistry.
Yeah, I did it twice myself.
I did it 3 times.
I did it 1 year with her and 1 year with someone else.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I can't remember who the other person he was.
Yes, you do.
No, I never had him. I went to another girl. Maybe I passed IPC and had to take biology twice. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. In that class, though, I went to school with somebody and he went, I hear ring, 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 ring behind me, and I turn around and it's him and he's making that noise. He's got a key on his desk and he's going ring, 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 like he's racing the key. And then all of a sudden he looks at me and he looks at the girl sitting next to him. He looks at the wall and goes, "Gentlemen, start your in," and he puts it into a socket and he goes in, shot back. It was so fucking funny, dude.
I can't remember this kid's name. He's not anymore. He's my age, but I remember we're in IPC, and he's like this. He was small, but he scared me. He's like, I looked over his bookcase. He's drawing. I'm like, "Hey man, what does FTW mean?" He just goes, "Fuck the world." I'm like, "Oh, that's the first time I ever heard that." I'm like, "Oh, like FTW?" Like,
yeah.
I'm like, "Oh,
that's so weird." Because there was this dude who started going to my dad's church, and I'm sure he was a good guy, but like, you know, I was a kid, so I didn't really know anything about what was going on. But he was, if I had to guess now, he seemed like probably the kind of dude who got into church like later in life after he had been through a lot of shit in his younger years, right? This dude was covered in prison tats, like very, very much the opposite of like what you'd expect to see. But he's a really nice guy. but he was like, you could tell he was very new to that whole church world because he didn't really have like the proper
the backbone,
the etiquette, I guess, of being in a church.
What's the etiquette of being in a church?
Well, I'm about to tell you. This is what makes me think that. He came up to me one time, and I used to always ask him, "Oh, what's that tattoo? What's that tattoo?" or whatever. He comes up to me and he goes, "You know what this one means?" He's got FTW on underneath his eye. We're like in the middle of church. I'm like, "No." He goes, "It means fuck the world." Yeah, I got this one. It means fuck the world. Anyway, I grew past that.
Now it means for the win.
For the world.
So like one time, like
Father of the world.
I tagged a liquor brand in one of my Instagram posts, and they like sent me like a little message, like DM back.
Trying to get that sponsorship, bro.
Boy, get that. You're gonna have to clean that up.
Motherfucker.
I'm not playing, dude.
I'm about to get that sponsorship. Throw this one, I fucking dare you. Let me get that real quick.
No, good job.
In it, Doug.
Get the Vinny, Doug.
Before you got sticky floors and blame me.
So,
like your sticky fingers.
and they wrote FTW.
Wait, start your story over again. Where were you?
It doesn't matter. So, have you ever felt like have you ever been like so in over your head?
Go ahead.
Have you ever been so in over your head that you just thought that you were just like gonna die?
Yeah, once or twice.
You know, almost every time I felt that, you've been with me.
Yeah, I'd have to say you've been there for most of mine too. I think you've only missed like one.
Isn't that wild? Like some of my, and also some of the moments that I've had where your life has flashed before your eyes, and I didn't realize it was happening until you told me after it was happening.
Like what?
Like when I ran the red light or whatever, and I'm like, "That's running red light." I'm literally hanging over you. I'm like, "That's running red light."
That one was so fucking crazy because that car couldn't have handled any kind of hit.
Dude,
we'd have been straight up crumpled.
Dude, I blasted.
We were in a car this big.
Yeah, seriously, we called the egg. It was a Ford Aspire. If you want to look it up, it smelled like horse shit. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so like we're flying down the road. Laurent
and Airline was there.
Airline was the crossover. And so by Hungry Jack's.
Yeah, by that gas station on the corner that sold cigarettes without carton.
Yeah. That's Joel's job to go to gas stations that won't card him. And so we're flying through, and I remember like Joel, it's bucket seats. I remember I just had my arm over your bucket seat, and I was just like kind of like talking to you like we're both newsies, like in like the early.
We were definitely both looking at each other,
like at the 1800s or whatever. It's like, we're going to be big stars one day, Joel. We're going to be big
Our name's going to be in lights.
We're going to be good, man. I remember talking to you like that, and you're like, yeah. And I just forget. I was looking at the side of your face, and you were looking at me, and you just looked straight ahead. And I'm just talking to you driving, and I swear to God, I saw your face just go. You just, I can't even do it. You're just like. You had so much joy. You just go, I can't do it. Your face just goes from happiness to sheer fear. You're just like frozen. Like all this color in your skin. I'm like, did I just run that red light? And you're like, yeah. I look at my rear view and there's like, this fucking car like that.
We literally hit it perfecly.
Oh, yeah.
We went in between cars perfectly. Man, that would have been fucking crazy.
One time I was doing the same thing. I was just talking your ear off, and I'm like, and I look up, I'm like, oh, fuck.
On the entrance of 35 oncoming traffic on a fucking ramp.
Going backwards. Oh, no, on a turnaround.
Oh, yeah. That's like the one right downtown.
And then we get around and we're backwards on the feeder. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like busting a shitty and getting over there.
That was scary, and the running the red light was scary. But there were a couple other moments that weren't scary, but were...
Like when my steering wheel fell off?
Yeah, so they weren't scary in the moment. They were funny in the moment, but then on reflection, you realize how shitty it could have gone. Like, we were on the feeder road with no steering wheel. No steering wheel. And we had a highway to our left and a ditch and stores on our right. We had nowhere to bail. Like, if we had to bail, we would have wrecked at least the building.
I'll never get in the car in the El Camino, and I'm like, my steering wheel's a little weirdly loose. I'm like, what if my steering wheel fell off? I was just joking. And
then you went...
And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, have my steering wheel in my hand. We're like on the feeder road just going. I'm like, Joel. I remember looking at you like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh my God. And yeah, it was fucking crazy.
That was fucking insane.
I can't believe I got it back on. Cody, your friend.
Yeah, I remember.
He came and I got to Walmart. I bought a socket set, got the wrong one, had to go back and get another one. And
oh, yeah, we're just sitting in the parking lot, right, of Walmart?
no, we're on the fucking side of the road.
Oh, yeah, we're walking up and down that sidewalk in front of Chili's and shit.
Yeah, dude, we're fucking home. Dude, yeah, we're nowhere near.
Yeah, my bad.
And I cannot, and I'm like, I tighten it on, I'm like, it's on. And you're like, I'm not fucking, I'm like, get in the fucking car. And like, just fucking, oh, dude, I'll never fucking forget that.
That was nuts. That was fucking nuts. Man, I'm just thinking of crazy driving stories if I have any more good ones. Do you know about when I totaled my Jeep?
I know by the time you tried picking up from the airport, your brakes went out.
No, that's in the Explorer. Talking about the Jeep that had Tony Montana's face etched in the window. Remember that?
No.
I took it to one of them shitty ass head shops in Victoria and let him etch Tony Montana's face in. I thought it was going to be huge. I paid him maybe we ended up just getting a sticker. I can't remember. We wanted to get some shit etched in my window. Me and I think Jeff, it had to have been Jeff or BL or somebody, and we were gonna get etched into my window. And instead we ended up getting a stencil instead, a big white stencil of Tony Montana's face, like I'm some sort of fucking badass. Anyway, so I'm cruising around with that, and I drove up to Austin, and I was just in a shitty mood. I knew I was about.
Oh, it was gray, right?
Silver, yeah.
Or silver.
It's a Grand Cherokee. I was almost certain I was about to get kicked out of high school or not go anymore, and I was just in a bad mood. Oh, and that I was seeing a girl.
Did you come to see me?
No, so I was seeing a girl in Victoria, and I had left to go see her that day, and she called me on my way to Victoria and was like, "Hey, I got back with my ex-boyfriend," and I was like, "Well, fuck!" But I was almost in Victoria, so I went to the mall anyway. And
you had a telephone pole.
Yeah, but I went to the mall anyway, and she was there with the dude, and I was like, well, fuck this. So I just got in my car and drove to Austin, like in a huff. And I got to Austin, and I hung out with a couple of people from Cuero that lived there at the time, and we had a good time. I remember we went and saw Napoleon Dynamite. It was just a good weekend, you know what I mean? Took my mind off of shit or what have you. And then the last day, we're driving back to their house, and I'm about to split and head back to Cuero, and I see this stretch of mud just in this neighborhood. And
You're in Cedar Park.
I drove a 4x4, so I was like, fuck it.
You did come to see me the day before.
Did I? Okay. And I was going pretty fast, and I hit it, and I hit the brakes almost immediately, and I just knew right then it wasn't going to happen. They just locked up, and we went like through the mud and just slammed into this telephone pole. My radiator was hanging out, and I drove it back to his house. Let's go. Everything's falling off. It's smoking everywhere. That car was out of there. That sucked.
Remember when we went to go see He Is Legend in San Antonio? Remember what we did after that?
Sure do. That was a wild fucking weekend, buddy.
That was one of the craziest things I've ever experienced in my life.
Remember we were gonna, was it?
All I was going to do is that all I was going to say is we ended up in Austin partying.
No, yeah, for sure. I'm sure that's what you're going to say. Do you remember before we even left that show, though, wasn't one of the people with us trying real hard to get on tour with them and just like leave with them?
Who?
Remember he was like talking to the singer about, can I just roll with y'all?
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
Can I just bounce out of here with you guys?
So I don't see what the big deal is. I can say that we ran into like those girls that were freaking flying down the highway with us.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a tacky story, but we were like 18.
Yeah, we were kids.
Yeah,
and the next thing you know, like we're all partying together. We
were on 35, right, in between San Antonio and Austin, and we saw this white car flying past us with girls in it, and us being horny teenagers were like, "Pull over!" Hey! No, did we hold up our number or something?
Go straight to pull over.
Hey, pull over! No, it's a cardigan.
No, those girls were fucking like having the time of their lives too, and so like we're just all, and then we ended up pulling over
and exchanging deets
and exchanging numbers,
and found out we're staying like a block away from them.
Yes, and then I guess partying with them all night. I didn't.
I did. That was fucking crazy,
dude. Do you
remember who was with me?
Yes.
Who you left me with?
I left you. So it's not that. You didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, I know. I didn't.
I abandoned you.
With somebody who I had never met, never hung out with, only knew crazy stories about. And they all came true like in a 5-minute span after you left.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going back over to Homeboys. You're like, I'm like, no, have fun. You're like, no. And then the guy that you were with is like, stay with me. And you're like, okay. I'm like, bye. And the next day, your face was just complete. Like you just got out of a fucking war zone.
It was nuts.
Yeah, you're like, dude, you have no idea what how crazy these fucking people are and these girls were and everything they were fucking doing. I'm like, what were you doing? You're like, I was just fucking sitting in the corner, just waiting for it to be over.
It was crazy. And the funny thing is, one of the girls kept in touch with me for like a couple months after that. Would always text me like, hey, what are you doing? And me and one of our friends were in Corpus, I think, or Port A or something, and we were just cruising around, blowing time, just killing time. And
killing time.
She texted him and said, hey, you want to come to my place in New Braunfels? I got a friend.
I remember that.
And I was like, hell yeah, buddy, you want to cruise over here, these two girls? He's like, yeah. And we get all the way there and find out the one I'm talking to is pregnant, and the friend she has just had like face surgery and has all these bandages on her nose and is bleeding and taking all these fucking pain pills, and her and her drunk ass redneck brothers are like, guys, want to go shoot fireworks down by the river? And we're just like, no, we want to get the fuck out of here. And the dude who's with us is fucking pissed. You always bring me places, tell me there's a girl for me, and then I get there to this bullshit.
Dude, there's so much shit that we would just do like last minute. Just get in the fucking cars and go.
We lived the most spontaneous lives.
And I would hate it. I would always hate it. Y'all would like trick me into going with y'all places and stuff. Like that one time we all went to fucking San Antonio. Do you remember that?
Which time?
Well, I was like, I'm not going if we're going in that one car. There's like one car that like, it was like this weird Saturn and it was always breaking down. I'm like, I'm not getting stuck in San Antonio in this broken ass car. I'll never forget. Jeff's like, no. We're taking my car. I'm like, all right, I'll go. And I remember it pulling up there. It's like breaks down in front of my house.
Car?
The Saturn.
Who's Saturn?
It was
who? Oh, I never rode in that car.
Really?
Yeah.
And then we went to when we were at that place and we were getting chased by all those people and we had to push start it.
I don't think I was there, bro.
Whoa.
I never rode in any car that person
Yeah,
owned.
we might have started some shit and we had to get away from these people quickly. And pretty scary.
Had to push start your car?
Had to push start this car and like get in and jump in it just to get away from them. Yeah. Fire extinguisher was involved. Pretty crazy.
Oh, in a parking garage?
Yeah. You were there.
Or maybe I just heard the story because, God, I can't picture any of it, but I know. No, I know I wasn't there. I for sure wasn't there.
This dude takes his friggin' fire extinguisher and just goes like that. Just goes whoosh. It just fills up the entire parking garage.
Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't there, but I remember that story. Do you remember?
I like how we're just like ping ponging these short.
Yeah, this is great.
Like, every single one of these stories, though, if you like sat down with us and we talked it would take at least an hour for each story.
Most of them, yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyways.
Well, that's because...
Sorry, I keep on touching my nose.
We have to... That's cool, man. You got the vid, and it's, it's what it is.
Oh, yeah. I took a vid test the other day.
Got one of them false negatives, I heard.
I haven't gotten a result back. No, I'm positive.
Yeah.
I'm negative. Dude, we haven't used that in forever. No, I did take one for the podcast, and I am negative. I do not have it. I didn't take it for the podcast.
What do you think about the this new strain?
So I have a friend that knows a lot more about it than I do, and he's like, it's just one of those things that you just don't know.
Yeah, well, so I was on the news on the way over here. They were saying you
were on the news on the way over here?
Sure was.
Hey guys, it's Joel coming from you via Instagram, KVAN.
Do you know I used to call Rush Limbaugh's show every single day on my way to work and try to get him to put me on so I could talk shit to him? And I said the same thing every time they'd go, so what's your name and why do you want to talk? And I would always just go, put me on with this clown. I do that every day. What was I talking about?
I don't know. Your brain just fucking
it stopped.
imploded.
Hold on. Oh.
Dude, the face you're...
Oh, on the radio on the way over here, they were saying, Dave's doing it again!
Joel, he's just using proper technique.
Whatever.
Dude, I want to open a bar, just have you bartend, you just go...
I'll be like that guy who sprinkles the salt off his arm, but it'll just be
Salt Bay. I know a guy.
I hate that shit.
That worked out for a solid year, got in amazing shape, and the only reason he did it was to be Salt Bay for Halloween. Dead serious.
I don't know what the fuck it is with that dude.
Well, if anybody knows how to cook or has been in or anything remotely near cooking, if you watch him, he is a terrible cook.
Is he?
Yeah.
What do you think about the dude who stares at the camera and smiles the whole time? I love him.
Was he? Wait, what?
He's that dude. I think he's.
What about the ones? I don't know what you're talking about.
He looks at the camera and goes, and cooks and stares at the camera the whole time.
Oh,
and
he's like kicking ass. He's like, he's cool.
He goes around now. Ever since COVID started in foreign countries, he'll go to like places where they can't find any food and shit right now, and he'll just cook in the street.
What about that lady that's
thousands
of people? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
what about the lady that's making the noodles and that walk? She's like, I
don't think I've seen
around.
that.
She's like dancing her ass off. It's like, dude, that's fucking like piping hot liquid. Centripetal force is using. Dude, there's this other guy.
Uncle Roger.
No, damn. There's this dude. I don't have TikTok, but I guess it's bleeding into Instagram because that's just what I use through Reels, I guess.
Yeah, Reels are people literally just post their TikToks into Reels.
This fucking like big rip dude. There's this thing on TikTok. We've kind of talked about it before, and you showed me a few of them, but I guess it's really catching on, where they like play like a shitty audio of somebody be like, "You touched my sister."
Yeah.
You know, and they're like,
they pantomime sticking up for people.
Yeah,
it's
like
so cringy.
Or they lip read it.
Yeah,
is that how do you say that?
They're lip syncing.
Lip syncing, yeah.
To weird. Or my favorite ones are the ones that just say words on the screen, and the dude's acting out like girl touches it, and the guy goes, "She said she didn't want me." He takes his drink and he goes, "Bro, some of those videos are abominable, dude. To where I watch them and I get an ulcer just thinking about what that person
There's this one
feels like.
This dude's like jacked. He looks like somebody you'd be cool with or whatever. He looks like he would be like a really like a hunk.
Yeah.
Like a good catch. In this video, he's going. She's like, it's like the video. He's like lip syncing. He's like, or lip talking. He's going. Have you been? I can't even do it. He's like, have you been a good girl? Oh, and it's like this like random girl's voice, like, yes, not really. And he's like, go to your room.
Oh god.
It's like this dude's like doing it, and I'm like, what on God's green earth would make you want to do something like that?
They think that it's fucking
sexy, or do they think they're just gonna get a bunch of views? What's going on? I'll see you around. Good, nice knowing you. You fucking prick, Joel. Okay. Yeah, lift it up. Right there. What the fuck? Walk away. Whoa. His eyes.
That shit is so fucking lame, bro. Oh my god, dude. I would rather play the skin flute on live TV for 6 days straight than ever make a video like that, bro.
Dude, so much just happened right now. It's pretty embarrassing how badly we don't know how to use this program that you gotta get up.
Hold my phone in front of it like some fucking dickhead.
And then Thule, you just put them on like this. That's it. This is what you're supposed to do.
Uh-huh.
Not this. It's like, what are you trying to break those bitches in half?
Oh, dude, so that kind of hurt my ears. So I just want to say, because I did a couple top 10s this year. Uh-huh. But I'm still kind of...
Oh, yeah, Happy New Year.
Hey, thanks, bud. I'm still feeling like I don't really stand by either one of them. Because there was like... it's just been a weird year for movies.
Top 10?
Yeah. I liked a lot of movies, so I made a list at first that was like my top 10 movies I enjoyed most, and it was like fucking Bad Boys and shit like that. Just shit that was fun. But then I was like, man, I don't...
Shit that was fun.
I just don't really... I liked those movies, but I didn't love them. So I redid my list or whatever, and we watched like the last 4 things we needed to watch for the year. Holy shit, Sound of Metal is like one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
That shit, as a musician, Doug, you are going to be devastated watching that movie. That shit fucked with me so bad watching this dude lose the ability to hear music, and it's like all he cares about, and it's just like fuck, man. And like they shot it.
That's a Cronenberg film, right?
No, that's Possessor.
Okay.
That's Cronenberg's son made Possessor.
Okay.
But Sound of Metal is actually I think it might be the dude's debut. But did you ever see Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
You ever see the Night of that show?
No.
Okay, well Riz Ahmed is the star. He's in those two things. He's excellent in this though. He just plays like a drummer for like a weird metal band that his girlfriend's the frontman for, and he just loses fucking hearing like completely. And it's crazy, man. It's shot really interestingly. Like the sound is they use all these weird filters for the sound so that you can get an idea of what the different levels of being deaf are like. Holy shit, bro. Like it's pretty intense, just like his normal losing his shit, but then he gets the cochlear implant thinking it's going to help. And like, spoiler alert, like just skip 10 seconds if you don't want this mild spoiler, but he gets the cochlear implant. And I don't know if you know this, but in the deaf community, they believe that being deaf is not a disability and not something you need to fix. So I
didn't know that.
Yeah. So they really don't like when people get the implant. So he gets the implant and thinks it's going to make it where he can play music again and like hear music again and stuff. And he gets the implant, immediately gets kicked out of the deaf community he was a part of because they don't want him anymore. And then he steps out and realizes it's the worst sound because he knows what hearing is supposed to sound like. And it's just this high pitch constantly with weird sounds of people kind of making noise. And he's just stuck with it forever then. And he's like, it made everything a million times worse, and he loses the deaf community. But the sound they use for when he's got the cochlear is like really fucking bizarre, and it fucks with you really bad.
How's that translate to somebody in real life that's had that implant? That
I've heard like spot on.
Really?
Yeah, this tinny, really high pitched treble filled, because you're not actually hearing anything. The cochlear bypasses your hearing drum and sends nerve signals to your brain to trick your brain into thinking you're hearing, but really you're just receiving signals to your nervous system. So it's for someone who had hearing before they went deaf.
Paging Dr. Robertson.
It would literally probably be the most awful part of going deaf is if you try to get the cochlear when you already know what hearing is supposed to sound like, because it's all completely wrong. Yeah. It's like when kids get it, they don't know any better. Like when babies get it and shit, they're just like, that's what they think hearing is, so it's not going to bother him. But this dude spent his whole life hearing, and then as an adult, they switch to where it sounds like, and it's fucking intense, dude.
I will watch it, I guess.
TT.
All right. Well, everybody, welcome to 2021. It has been 5 days into the process.
Is it already the 5th?
It's already the 5th. And we are... I had this whole thing, outlook, everybody's like, I think 2021 is going to be better than 2020. And it is not... I do not. It has nothing to do with thinking that, oh, it's a new year, everything just starts over. Not at all. But if y'all remember, this all started around this time last year where we'll start picking up a tremendous amount of heat, and we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary. I mean, 2020 just blasted by. Blasted. But we're coming to... I don't wonder if Joel's going to wash his hands. If anybody's watching this, just start a timer. I heard the toilet flush. So start a timer 3 seconds back. Or now. I'll give him time to start washing. But anyways, rolling downhill. It's picked a lot of steam. Like 2020 just blasted by. And so we're becoming a 1 year anniversary of Kobe Bryant dying, and when I was at the Royal Rumble. And that's where it really all... Did you finish your beer?
No, I just decided not to open it.
Oh. And so I'm just talking about 2021.
Yeah, I heard you.
And how I don't... how I'm not the kind of person like, can't wait for 2021 to be here. It's like... But the thing is, I do think 2021 is inherently going to be better because last year it all began. You know what I mean? We had Kobe. No idea where it's going. Like when people were like, you got to wear a mat, it was all big slap in the face. We are smooth.
Oh, what is this flavor, bro? This is the most atrocious thing I've ever tasted. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to drink it all because I don't want to waste it. I'm not even going to show the brand. That's so bad, dude. Oh my God. It's like metal. Ooh. Oh, I'd rather drink milk. Oh, that's horrible. Let's try that one more time. I can't even describe it. It's like if sour apple
were a flavor.
Had a stillborn.
Jesus Christ.
It literally tastes like rotten sour apple.
Dude, I cannot stop wiping my nose like a little baby.
Just don't fucking touch me. I don't care what you do.
So all I'm saying is 2020, 2021, we have kind of obviously a header. We know what to expect in ways. We're all, you know what I mean? So if anything, it's just going to get
easier,
more mundane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think 2021 is going to be better.
That new normal they keep talking about, which I guess is real. I think I believe today is the 1 year anniversary of Trump getting on TV and saying that there's one person in China who has it and that it's no big deal. It's going to be gone. I think that was a year ago today.
Look at me. Talk to the people.
Oh, my bad. Hey. Yes, it's going to be an interesting year. I think anyone who's holding on to like this, I don't know, this belief of like a snap when the clock changed was off base. But of course, like, I don't know, really think about it. So we're looking at probably the fall before we have like enough people inoculated to consider it like herd immunity. I guess I'm not really sure how that all works, but I know we're nowhere close to it now. I just hope people will like let them jab you with that thing, or at least, I don't know. I totally get if you don't want to. I disagree, but like I'm not, you got to do what you got to do. But I think it's going to be at least till fall till enough people are inoculated to where we can actually just start to move past it. But that being said, I mean he's right. Doug's right. We're used to this shit by now. Personally, if you still have that big of an issue with it, it's kind of on you. The impetus might be on you to grow up a little bit, I guess. I don't really know what I mean by that. Just like, we're used to it now. Life's not that hard. It's got new small little hurdles that have been added to our daily life that we have to clear. But really, I mean, like, it's not that hard to fucking clear them. And the thing is, like, I don't know. Doug has said before, and he's right about this too. I never really went out that much anyway. So maybe I just don't care as much. I'm pretty happy just being at home. But I don't think it's going to be like that. I think once more people start getting vaccinated, then the people who are actually following the rules and were worried about shit, they're going to feel better going back out and whatnot. And so it should be easier in that regard. And plus, honestly, I mean, maybe it's true. Maybe 2021 will just be different by virtue, or be better by virtue of the fact that it's not 2020. And I mean, that's, knock on wood, some crazier shit doesn't happen, but it'd be pretty fucking hard to top. I guess maybe like an asteroid could hit us, or like a fucking giant tsunami or something. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, maybe the rapture will happen and it'll just take all the anti-maskers.
Go back on that, huh?
No, I would never go back on that. I said my piece.
So, welcome back.
Oh, you drinking a banquet like Cobra Kai? It kills me that he orders dude. Does it not bug you when he's like, "Can I get a Coors Banquet?" Who the fuck calls it that?
He does.
Yeah, but nobody ever does.
What do you call them?
Coors?
I call them Yellow Bellies.
I know that if you ask for a Coors, you're likely to get a Coors Light, but maybe not so much anymore because these have had a pretty big resurgence in the past couple of years.
Yellow Belly.
Coors.
Yellow Belly. Joel, we're in this store earlier. Joel's going, man, where are all the tall cans? Where are all the tall cans? I'm like, tall cans? It's like, the tall cans. I need a tall can of beer. I need a tall can of beer. I'm going, a tall boy? It's like, it blew my mind. You're how old? 33.
Not quite.
32. 32. And you're like, yeah, it sounds like, I'm like, you look like you're about to be fucking 40.
Oh, thanks.
Listen, hear me out. And you're fucking, you know what I mean? If I was working behind that counter and I heard some stranger behind there going, where are the tall cans of beer? Where are the tall... like dead serious, asking for where the tall cans are. I would be like, well, I didn't think I was going to I do this asshole, but I guess I'm going to. He was a giant child. And so...
That's a fair assessment, but I mean, let's really break this down a little bit.
You look out the window and there's a bunch of teenagers in the car just looking out the window waiting for you to get in. What do you mean?
So you
tall boy?
you call him tall
You
boy.
must be tall cans.
You call them tall boys. I call them tall cans. I've heard people call them long beers, which is dumber than either one of ours. But
So-
in LA, they're crushers.
Yeah. Well, hey, Joel, you could have been like, where the fucking crushers, bro?
I don't call them that. I call them tall cans.
Tall cans. I need a tall can. Can we get one tall can of beer? What are you having?
2 tall cans?
2 tall cans?
That sounds right to me. You're
right.
trying to prove a point, but that's what I say already.
I need 2 tall cans of Coors Banquet and 3 tequila shots. When people say tequila shots, fucking day. When people say, or people are like, let's get some shooters.
What's that? Is that the test tube shot?
No, just shots.
Why would you call them shooters?
It's a Canadian thing.
Ugh.
Like, and let's get some shooters.
Those damn Canadians in there. Checks list. Shooters and free healthcare.
Oh, speaking of which, Happy New Year to all of our Canadian customers. Hope everybody's doing well.
Tell us what it's all about.
So, Boxing Day got reached out to by one of our listeners. Boxing Day is the day after
Christmas.
For
We were right about that.
Yeah, and we were also right that the tradition is when workers and peasants and stuff they would take a gift home in a box, and that's where it comes from. But that is also essentially the Canadians' equivalent to Black Friday.
Okay.
Black Friday.
Is it just Canada though? Because I thought it was a European thing too.
I think it is. I think I'm only speaking towards what I've been told by Canadian, and so but. Apparently Black Friday is a part of their culture now, newly a part of their culture now too. But Boxing Day is like
their big sales day.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So anyways,
that makes sense. I was also thinking after I left that it could have been a reference to garbage men picking up all the boxes from Christmas Day. Like, do you get what I mean? Like all the big like refrigerator boxes and TV boxes and like present boxes.
Would you?
But I guess maybe not.
Well, I'm waiting a little bit longer because I do have something that I think is going to go a little bit rabbit hole-y. So
let's throw it out there. Let's do it.
Well, I mean, I wanted to wait a little bit longer.
I'm kind of ready for it if you got it.
What, you burnt out?
No, I just
tired of all this.
No, fuck no. I want to get a good convo going. No. We've just been bouncing so fast.
I know it's 2021, new year, new us.
Hold on.
Look at him go, guys! Look at his thumbs. What are you typing in ones and zeros? 11100011111000111. The correct answer was 1100011111.
Sorry, doing a little recon work there.
Tell us about it.
There's a movie called May. I've been looking for a copy on tape for a while. It's one of the last movies that we really give a shit about finding on tape, and we had one locked down, but the dude accidentally sold it to somebody else, so we're trying to get another one.
So May is about a little girl that lost her eyes.
Wow, you're not so far off. It's about a woman who cuts out her own eyes in order to make a doll that she can fall in love with. So what she does is she wants the perfect man, but she can't find the perfect man. Every time she starts dating the person she thinks is the perfect man, something happens and it shatters that illusion for her. So what she starts doing is taking the parts of people that she believes are perfect so she can put them together to make one real person. And at the end, she realizes that the eyes aren't right, so she cuts her own eyes out to give to the doll. It's a pretty fucking good movie. Early 2000s. Yeah, early 2000s, little indie banger.
What's that one movie that Anthony Banderas? Antonio Banderas did.
Which one?
The one like something like that.
My weird ass movie that I like, The Skin I'm In?
Yeah.
The Skin I Live In?
Yeah.
That movie's fucking insane. That's a Pedro Almodovar movie, so his movies are like pure art. That one's fucking weird though.
Well, I need you to really help me out with this because this is like something that like it's not a concept I necessarily came up with.
God, this is so bad.
But I was listening to like, hey, I think this past year I did pretty good about not like spitting and spewing like hatred and stuff towards like the holidays and stuff.
Yeah, you did good.
I think
you did.
Thanks.
You made a point to tell us how good you were doing the whole time, so it's not like a surprise.
See what I'm doing? I'm breathing. I'm not reaching on this table and slapping the living shit out of you.
But you want to.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
All right.
I would never want to bring any harm to my
brethren.
Well, since you don't, I guess we could technically be brothers. Because we don't know.
Yeah, we could technically be brothers.
We don't know where you come from.
No idea. No idea. Somewhere out there.
So, interdimensional travel. What do you feel about that? Not even travel. Well, yeah, I guess it have to be travel. What do you feel about like interdimensional being and like an existence?
So you're saying how do I feel about the ability?
We kind of touched base on it earlier.
The ability to cross this threshold into a similar universe, which everything is different in, but it's the same universe. I'm the same me. Is that what you're asking?
So
like a multiverse?
Well, you know what's crazy? Because no matter what you say, as long as it's in this context, yes.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean? It's like, because everything, I mean, I'm not a fucking theoretical physicist or whatever.
Theoretically, though, there are a million billion universes where every choice you make gets made in a different way.
So yeah, okay.
So if you think that like, okay, if I make this choice, it changes the outcome of this for me, but you making that choice also changes the outcome for someone else of something that probably is completely not even related. So I think, what is it that they really say was like a million billion universes out there where everything is different. But I think it's like it branches off even from then. So, but I think like I don't think you can travel interdimensionally. But I think that it's probably not too far off to think that like. So
if you make one good decision here, it could be a bad decision in another dimension.
Exactly, or it could be even an even better decision.
What if there is you are in millions, billions of, say you're in different dimensions. Say there's. Fuck it. Let's simplify it. Mm-hmm. Say there is 11 dimensions, which I guess they can prove up to 11. Is that what it is?
I'm not sure.
And so, but say, so there's 11 Joels, right? You going home after this and having not any everyday, not instinctual choices like grabbing your beer,
but choices you have to go out of your way to make.
Even as simple as getting into Netflix and being so indecisive, what do you want to watch next?
Sure.
All right, let's take that. What if that? Because sometimes like it's such a simple thing.
Yeah.
But you might not realize how stressed out you are. But next thing you know, you're sitting there 15 minutes later, and you're like, I haven't fucking picked anything to watch.
You know what happens with us is we spend all that time doing it, then we pick it, and the anxiety I feel from trying to pick something ruins it because then I'm already too amped up for whatever it is. Like especially with shit like documentaries about crime, I'll get so amped up trying to pick what to watch that by the time I pick it, I can't handle all the anxiety the shows have.
All right, so what if all that anxiety is truly because you don't realize it, but you're Joel 1.
Right.
You could be Joel 5 as far as you know.
Sure.
But there's 11 of us. There's 11 Joels, 11 Dougs, 11 U's. Right? What if the anxiety, and this is something I'm kind of just like mulling over right now. This is even the question I had. Mine had, and this is actually a little bit more cool.
Sure.
So this is all happening now. So go with me, and help me and guide me.
Yeah.
What if that anxiety is us not realizing that Joel 6
made that decision and something bad happened?
No, that he is experiencing the same anxiety, but in a different situation, but we don't know what that situation is. And our choice not only affects the anxiety ours is just choosing Cobra Kai or Queen's Gambit.
Sure, but we're somehow tapping into the anxiety that came from a serious situation.
His is, do I get out of the cupboard and run away from the fucking maniac?
Sure.
Or do I stay here and you're alive for death?
I definitely get what you mean. I think, yeah, totally. That could be possible. And then another thing to think about is if the idea, let's just stick with the 11th, the number 11. So if there's 11 branching.
Oh, I like this.
If there's 11 branching universes, okay, just for me. And just for you. So my 11 universes.
By just for me, just for you mean?
My 11 universes have outcomes totally different than your 11 universes.
Okay. But we happen to be in, say you're Joel. We're going to be Doug 1, Joel 1.
We're still us in
life.
We're
1? Are we Doug 1, Joel 1?
It doesn't matter. Because what I'm saying is that like no matter which one we are, there's 10 more of them. But check this out.
No, it does matter because is Joel 1 going to be in Doug 6? Is Joel 6 going to be in Doug 6's life?
But see, so check this out. Each of those other 10 of us have 11 branching paths of their own.
Fuck yeah.
So then you have Like what? Like a lot.
11 times 11.
And then 11 for each one of those, and 11 for each one of those.
Wait, doesn't 11 times 11 equal 11?
11 times 11 is
It's 122, isn't it? Or no, it's
220. I think it's 220. That could be totally wrong.
I bet you a theoretical physicist actually...
121.
Woo, boy.
I was off by 101.
A theoretical physicist starts talking, he's like, this is real. These boys might be onto something.
11 times 11, 10.
Oh, fuck, they lost it.
But like, so like, let's say like I get into a car crash in Universe 3. But Joel 1 and 2 from Universe 3, so 3.1 and 3.2 make two completely different decisions, which leads to Joel 4.1 and Joel 6.1. Because now you've added two to this one and subtracted one from the other one. So at the end of the day, you could do this forever. My decision in the 11th universe could fuck shit up on the 121st universe for you.
Well, and the way you're saying it, it's like it could even be gradual. Like Joel 1, his decision is the same decision Joel 2 makes, but it's a slightly different like angle in respect. And so starts to in Joel 3 makes the same decision, but it's a little bit tilted. And Joel 4, maybe in a way of thought. And then when it gets to 11, it's so tilted over that they just tip over. You know what I mean?
And then you get deja vu because you've already done it.
Dude.
Yeah. So like the other day, I had deja vu for like 8 minutes, and it was fucking me up. I mean, every page I turned, everything on the TV, everything Caroline was saying, every smell, where Rocky was, I was like, I have done this already.
Yeah.
And it just didn't go away.
Even you saying that.
Yeah, and it didn't go away. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, it was gone.
Is it weird that I live for those? I live for those moments.
I love that shit. I love that shit. And I love, lately I've been having dreams that are like, not lucid dreams because I can't control them, but semi-lucid dreams in the sense that I keep telling everyone else this shit ain't real. So like I'm lucid but not able to control it, and it's been really weird because I'll get in situations and I'm telling other people in the dream like, oh no, this isn't real, so this is probably going to be crazy, or something. Like I had a dream the other night that we were trying to get gas from some giant house on a hill. Me and Caroline. And we went into the house and had this whole shootout thing where I was jumping over tables and all this shit. Yeah. And I remember telling Caroline, like, none of this matters. You could, like, we can fucking go crazy right now. Yeah. But I couldn't control it. Like, lucid dream, you're supposed to be like, I want it to rain. And it starts raining. You're like, Inception, I want to see a boat. And there's a boat. But, like, I was just aware, like, oh, this is a dream. None of this shit matters. Let's fucking be crazy. But I wasn't deciding what I was going to do. The dream just played out like a movie.
Dude, I had that the other day, dude. I had a dream that this person that I do know, and I was with my girlfriend. It's like everybody I knew. And I remember in my dream, like I said, I knew it was a dream. And this is where because this person's like, oh, I got your dog for you and everything. And like, I got him groomed and stuff. And like my dog, it was Rex. It was my dog. Comes running up to me, and I'm like cracking up. I'm like, She renamed my dog to Guts.
Guts
on his name tag, and on the back had all of Amanda's, my girlfriend's information. I'm like, actively saying in my dream, she named Rex Guts. That was in like kind of the same situation too. So with back to what we're saying though, it's like that's really interesting, dude. I like the whole 11 thing.
Yeah, 11 works because we can just kind of use it as like a catch-all.
Yeah, and that way we can keep ourselves from going way too haywire, I suppose. So,
but even if there was just 2, using the description or using the explanation we just have, that branches off into like trillions.
Yeah, and you can even say if somebody died or whatever, be like, their 2 must have made a really bad decision.
Let me see if I can do something real quick.
So, my thing that I really wanted to dive into, because, like I said, I'm doing much better with...
Trip on this. If there's 11 separate universes, then in one solid year, we live a total of 4,015 days.
Wait, say it again?
So if there's 365 days a year and 11 different universes that happen concurrently, that would mean that each 365 days is an individual 365 days.
Yes.
So in 1 year, over all 11 of us... We live 4,015 days.
Damn, that's pretty wild.
So you have 4,000 days to fuck up.
Yeah. And what are they thinking, dude? Like, does one of them have does one of them not have a balding pattern like me?
Yeah. Has one of them got hair?
Is one of them in jail?
Is one of them a good musician?
Weird dig.
No, I was talking about me.
I'm pretty good.
I was talking about me.
I'm pretty good.
Oh, that dude didn't do it. You'd be pissed. He went. He did it out of nowhere. Why did he wait till the third one to do it?
So, for everybody wondering, I put on Japanese bartending videos. Dude, where are you going?
I'm sorry, bro.
So, all I'm saying is, I've been really thinking. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Hey, man, how about you try washing your fucking hands this time, boy?
Hey, you want to go back and watch the video? I'll wash my hands.
Okay.
We'll go back and watch the video?
I'll go back.
What's our timestamp right now so I can pull the shit up when I get home?
Huh?
What's our timestamp right now?
Our timestamp right now is 1 hour on the dot.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's probably, 50 on the dot when I went to the bathroom last time?
Sure, whatever.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm going to let you know.
so my whole thing about interdimensional travel, it's like, can also like, this is something Joel and I were supposed to be talking about this kind of stuff like when we first started this podcast, and we're supposed to like just allow each other just to go off the rails, and that's why it's called I Didn't See It, but I Believe You. Like, just go for it. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's where direction we're going to go, but it's something I'm really interested in. And it's like, and it's not, I'm not a mathematician, and I don't think it's really necessary to have a belief, to have to be able to answer it in numbers and things like that. I guess it's cool that there are people out there that can help us with pats on the back by saying, oh, it actually does add up in ways. But my whole thing, and I'm waiting for Joel to get back because I want to hear his opinion on it. It really has to do with interdimensional travel. And the reason I bring that up is because like, what kind of connection does that have with like our existence and what we consider, the next realm or heaven or God or anything like that. And it's like, everybody's talking about extraterrestrial travels happening a lot right now. And then it's kind of giving me a lot of, are you wiping your hands off?
Yeah.
Maybe Joel 3 is doing it for you.
Do you not see my hands?
I see him. Don't you fucking touch me.
Wait,
I'll smack you into
the living dog shit out of you. You were the worst fighter I've ever met. You fight like a toddler.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, bite your fucking
Dude, we
ankles.
should fucking have a fucking straight up fight for everybody next week. Yeah, why not?
Because you'll beat my fucking ass.
Joel, thank you.
Yeah, because
so
you
sweet.
got no self-control and anger issues. You'll kill me.
But you have a great reach.
I hate you.
Wash your fucking hands.
This is for all the times you never let me drink my chocolate milk. Blow bubbles on my chocolate.
Blow bubbles on a chocolate milk. He goes, you were never there for me. It's like, you never let me jump on mom and dad's bed. He's like, you never let me blow. This is for not ever letting me blow bubbles in my chocolate milk. And he goes,
you're never there for me. That's the last one. Anyway.
Like, you were never there for me.
And you touched me. It's just the very end.
That's Hook.
It's nothing.
That's the storyline of Hook and
Peter Pan turns into a pedophile.
Well, there's a fucking theory that it's all based off of pedophilia.
Is it really?
Yeah, apparently the writer apparently they're like, why is he hanging out with all these fucking kids?
No.
Yes,
the fucking
yes.
Brahms or whatever, he wasn't fucking writing about no fucking
Are you thinking Bram Stoker?
Brahms, that ice cream spot.
Dude, that place sucks.
I know, we had this conversation last week. I got goddamn food poisoning from the tamales.
Dude, I'm trying to have this conversation with our customers about God not being from far distance, but being in another dimension. Mm-hmm. But so I was going to wait for you to get back to see how you thought about that. But that's all right. I got to touch base on Brahms.
Yeah, let him have it.
My ex-girlfriend, she was like, you never have Brahms? Or I'm like, it's apparently a staple of North Texas. And by God, is it the worst fucking fast food joint you could ever fucking go to?
But it's crazy because it's beloved, Doug.
I know.
My dad would constantly tell us Brahms ice cream was the spot.
Let me clarify. I never ate their ice cream.
Apparently, that's all they're good for. And I have had their ice cream, and it wasn't bad.
I remember going, I'm like...
But I don't know if we told them... I had chili and tamales from them 2 weeks ago. And I got fucking sick, bro. Fucking sick.
If you have Bagel Burgers on your menu, you best believe your boy is going to get a Bagel Burgers. And the only place that I go to that I know that the Bagel Burgers are not going to be the best Bagel Burger, but it's going to be worth the Bagel Burger, the one and only Shortstop.
Oh yeah, dude. Do you remember I used to
Dude, we used to fuck up Shortstop.
Yeah, so do you remember what I used to get? Because you would always be like, you're not going to eat that. And I would always kill it. It was when I was in my fleshing out stage in like 2014.
Wait, what?
Remember when me and Galloway were saying I was fleshing out? When I got all fat, I weighed like 210 pounds.
Yeah, but what was it?
I'd go to Shortstop and get the cheeseburger, the hot dog, or the corn dog, the chicken sandwich, the fries.
No, you got the fucking chicken sandwich, the chicken slammer.
Yeah, I would get everything.
The chicken slammer is a chicken fried sandwich, but it has gravy, pickles, and cheese.
Oh, no, I never got that. That sounds horrible.
But it is fucking dope. I got to give it to Shortstop.
The cheese on chicken, I can't
because the reason I love Shortstop so much is it's the closest thing to K&N that I've ever experienced. And because they have like a chili cheeseburger on their menu. You know what I mean?
That's what I used to get, the chili cheeseburger.
And that's a chili cheeseburger. People say it's a Texas thing. I argue it's a South Texas thing. Like where we grew up.
Really? Y'all... Chili cheeseburgers aren't a thing for other people?
Are you okay over there? Really?
Well, I mean,
chili cheeseburger is not a thing.
I'm just saying. I used to frequent a hamburger spot called Mary's in California that specifically was known for its chili cheeseburger.
Look, dude, chili is a Texas thing, right?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Chili's just a thing.
I understand what you're saying, but like no beans Texas chili is a fucking thing.
Sure.
And so chili cheeseburgers is a Texas thing. You don't go to New England and order a chili cheeseburger, especially 15 years ago. It's a thing. We grew up with them. You and I grew up with Frito pie and chili cheeseburgers. So
you're telling me Frito pie is not a thing?
You know what they fucking call those in Indiana?
Chips?
Walking tacos. So you tell me, Joel, did they grow up with Frito pies? Did they grow up with did they grow up with fucking chili?
Walking tacos.
Bean,
I like that.
Chunky bean soup.
Nah, you're right.
Is not
I get
chili.
what you're saying.
So we grew up with chili cheeseburgers. Mm-hmm. What's a Texas hamburger to you? Tell me.
Pickles, onions, cheese, bacon, burger.
No.
I don't know.
You got it all fucked up.
What's a Texas cheeseburger?
A Texas cheeseburger is going to be pickles, cheese, mustard, black pepper.
Okay.
That is a quintessential flavor profile. And of course, there's going to be salt involved and good grade beef and a decent bun.
I'll say this, though. I was just sort of...
That is a quintessential flavor profile for a Texas burger.
Okay, so I will say I never really thought of it. I guess I just never put it together. It's a Texas thing. So if you were to ask me what's on a cheeseburger, that's probably just how I would make it.
Because you're kind of a Texan.
So I was sitting here thinking of what would be unique to Texas. I wasn't really thinking like pickles, onions, and mustard. I was thinking...
You don't like, dude, like... Onions are definitely the with or without kind of element.
Yeah, I like them.
You know what I mean? It's like with or without.
I only like them when they're the round ones. I don't like Whataburger does the diced.
But a classic fucking Texas cheeseburger, in my opinion, but I feel it's going to, what I said, bun, decent bun, squishy white bread bun, and then it's going to be fucking decent beef.
Not a potato bun?
Potato bun?
What is that?
A potato bun?
Is that not?
I think I'm about to beat the shit out of you. What the fuck are you talking about?
If you're going to beat me up, do it with a potato bun.
Potato bun in Texas?
I don't know.
Joel, stop thinking about every time you go to Sonic and the menu changes. Oh, not a pretzel bun?
I was just about to say, what about the pretzel bun?
What about the pretzel?
What about my pretzel sandwich?
So it's a quintessential bun until you had what about the pretzel bun? Anyways, what the fuck, dude? And I'm talking to you like you now. So chili cheeseburger is a Texas thing. Okay. Yes, it absolutely is.
I believe that.
Maybe I think the only time I've ever heard anybody growing up with one is some LA folk.
Yeah, the only reason that I said anything was because that was like what that place was known for. So that Mary's place.
No, that's fine. And so, that's what. Yeah, you're just talking about that. But I have heard that before that. Yeah. So, anyways, and also another like in LA is known for like the French dip or like the roast beef dip
Cole's over there.
Yeah. So it's like I mean there are a lot of staples that come from there, but Also, chili is a Southwest
Chili
thing.
with no beans is a Southwest thing, right? Because I mean, I know folks like in Oklahoma and Kansas, they do chili, but they do it with beans.
I feel that it was just the name was adopted everywhere, and they're just like, oh, let's just add some beans to it. And Southwesterners are like, what the fuck are you doing adding beans to it? Like that's meaty beans at this point. Anyways, and that's something.
Do you like beans in your chili?
Fuck no. I think it's an abomination. I think it is the worst thing to ever happen to a culinary experience. Honestly, beans and chili, you need to get the shit slapped out of you for it.
So here's my thing. I wouldn't want that on a chili cheeseburger. Obviously, wouldn't want it on a hot dog. If I'm eating a bowl of chili.
You want beans in it?
Nah, not really.
Yeah,
but
shut the fuck
I don't like when it's just straight up like.
Have I ever taken you to TCP, Texas Chili Parlor?
Yeah, I've been there.
You know, it's like one of my favorite spots.
Me and you have been there. Yes.
Yeah. And so like, and it's, they do have the option to get a white bean chili.
I got it.
That's right. I remember I was so fucking mad at you.
It was good.
Or you got the sampler though, right?
I got the sampler
it had
because
like
I wanted
different
yeah,
ones.
and the spicy one was the white bean one.
And so like I get that. It's like, okay, we're gonna have a white bean chili on here to accommodate. We're a fucking chili parlor and we're like iconic in Austin. Sure.
In Texas, I'd say they're iconic even.
Yeah, no, for sure. And so I'll let that slide. But when it comes to fucking putting it on your menu or something elsewhere, and you're not going to have a plethora of fucking selection when it comes to your chilies, like you're not going to, you're not going to have a 1X, 2X, 3X,
right,
5 alarm. And you're going to have like a green hat. If you're going to have a shit ton of chilies on there, sure, put a bean chili on there, just because you're a chili parlor. That's what you do. And you have to accommodate to everybody that comes in, and you can't fucking degrade them because they want beans. But when it comes to a Texas joint in South Texas has people whipping in from all over the fucking place to try your fucking chili, or if you have chili, you just have just one chili,
no beans,
one pot stewing for days and days. Get the fuck out of here with that bean shit, Joel. What's wrong with you for even thinking that?
I feel you. I just don't like. So I like my chili a little soupy. Man. So the Brahms chili was essentially just fucking ground beef, dude. It was like it had no chili texture. You know, does that make sense? It wasn't liquidy at all. It was like a clump of fucking meat.
Well, if you go to your butcher, there is the reason there's different names to different cuts. Even if you have the same type of cut of meat, there's different like ground beef and chili meat. It's because they're different textures, different sizes. Like that's why it's referred to as chili meat. And also cooking chili meat. Okay, so this is a good cooking chili meat. You have to have a little bit more. You have to have more talent to make chili meat than to make with actual or chili with chili meat than to make it with ground beef.
Right.
Ground beef, you just pretty much make a really hearty tomato based sauce. And just add ground beef in there, and let it cook up. That's actually referred to as a hot dog sauce, not chili.
Sure.
Hot dog sauce. The thing is, chili meat's thicker and and they're leaner pieces of beef. So you have to be very persistent and slow cook it to make it fall apart. So every bite of chili you have is not ripping a tooth out.
Sure. Yeah.
So there's a lot of talent in making chili as well. That's why all these chili competitions have such strict rules. And it's like, because everybody can use the same ingredients, but you and I, Joel, take this the right way. You and I could give you cumin, chili powder, salt, pepper, and chili meat and tomato paste right there, and as much water as you need to use the whole process. I have the same exact ingredients. We have 12 hours. I assure you, our chilies are going to taste leaps and bounds different with the same ingredients.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Mine will be better.
Yeah. Yes, I've never done that before.
But if you and I were on the same caliber of cooking, which is not...
Then they would still taste different.
The only reason I'm better at cooking than you is simply because I've been doing it for longer.
Sure.
That's the only reason why. If you and I would be like, man, Joel's is really good. Doug's is really good.
But they taste miles apart.
They taste different.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like what is that? It may have been that time we went to TCP and I got the sampler. It might have been a different time, but I got a sweet one. Do you remember that? It's like a cinnamon chili or something like that.
Shit, I don't know if you got that TCP.
You know, I definitely did. It was one of the times we went.
I don't know.
Maybe the time we got the sampler, because I feel like I wouldn't have ordered a whole bowl of it. But it was like, it was spicy, but they were cutting it with like some sort of fucking cinnamon or
maybe
chocolate.
Put chocolate in it.
Oh, this is weird. You ever heard of this?
Frito pies, though.
You ever heard of this? So we went
Frito pie. Fritos. chili, American cheese if you got it, and then maybe some sour cream. That's it.
I don't want to get the region wrong, but hold on. So, do you know what that movie Anomalisa is? It's like stop motion claymation adult movie by the guy who made Synecdoche, New York, and
no, I've heard of it.
It's a pretty good movie, but so we went and saw it at Alamo, me and Caroline, when it first came out, and yeah, it was one of those that Alamo was promoting, so they did like the menu for that movie, and this is what the main dish was. It's from, oh gosh, where is it? It's from a region on the East Coast somewhere. Okay, it's chocolate spaghetti. So chocolate, chili, cheese, and spaghetti. And I'm not fucking around when I say it's one of the most delicious things I've ever had in my life.
Wait, you've had it? You don't even know where you had it?
No, I had it at Draft House. I'm trying to remember what region it was from. Some East Coast region is where it's known for. It's in the movie. They talk about it.
New York?
No. In Anomalisa. The character eats this in Anomalisa, so it was the food you could get on the menu.
Well, chocolate powder, like chocolate doesn't mean sweet. Chocolate does mean there's elements of sweetness, but like
you could taste
cocoa is like not sweet at all.
They talk about it in the movie, so it's why they made it the dish for their menu or whatever. It's a spaghetti, regular spaghetti, chili, or not chili. I was saying that but the sauce, the meat sauce, Parmesan cheese. The meat sauce had chocolate in it.
Yeah,
like it tasted like chocolate, not unsweetened chocolate, not cocoa. It tasted like chocolate.
That's gross as fuck.
It was so fucking good.
Well, I mean, because mole has chocolate in it.
Right, it wasn't like that.
It has cocoa in it. That's the thing you got to understand. It's like extremely dark chocolate that has relatively no sugar in it. So you understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand. It looked like this, dude. It was straight up chocolate spaghetti.
It says chocolate pasta on every single one of those, so stop saying chocolate spaghetti.
This one, it's literally says chocolate fucking spaghetti across the top of the screen, you dick.
I mean, I believe it. I mean, Joel, there's anything could be anything these days.
Oh, I know, but I didn't know if you knew that was a thing.
No, I knew chocolate or cocoa being added to chili is a thing.
Found it. It's called Cincinnati chili.
Oh.
And it's cinnamon and chocolate over pasta.
I have heard about that.
Holy shit, is it bomb as fuck.
Yeah, I bet. It makes sense that you would say that, Joel, because you have like no like.
Taste receptors?
Yeah, I was gonna say you have no boundaries when it comes to flavor, and I don't know if that's a compliment.
Nah, but I don't like meat. I'm a savory and sweet guy, but separate.
Dude, have you been to First Walk yet?
No, you just told me about it 7 days ago.
I see it all the time. I'm like, man, that could be like a fucking joint to go to. They're closed every Tuesday. Every Tuesday they're closed.
Day to close.
I know, and I'm like, I guess I'm never gonna try you because I'm only off Tuesdays.
Shout out to my mom. I thought this was kind of cute. My mom, I was trying to tell her I was gonna get my phone fixed because I was telling you how I fucking broke it from washing it. And I tell her,
like last night, I'm like, yeah, so I have to reset my phone every 10 minutes, because, with the whole I have to wash it every 10. How to wash? I'm like, before I can even say what the fuck are you talking about or anything, you just go, I don't want to talk about it.
No, yeah, I don't. It's so stupid that I did that. And
Joel, use the mic, dude.
It's so stupid that I did that, and I don't know why I thought it was a good idea. We were using the wipes, and they were like, yeah, you should fucking probably wipe your phone down. But I was so nervous from like March till June. Like the whole fucking like
Jiminy Glick over here from March till June.
Jiminy Glick. Fuck, I used to love that show.
Dude, that shit's awesome.
Dude, me and J God were obsessed with that. There's a movie, Jiminy Glick Goes to Hollywood or some shit like that. It's so funny.
Hold on. I like to finish your thought about
So my mom, I'm talking to her on the phone last Saturday, and I'm telling her, yeah, I think I'm gonna take the phone to You Break I Fix tomorrow. It's the spot by the crib. She's like, tomorrow? They're not gonna be open. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Is it a holiday or something? She's like, no, it's Sunday. I stopped for a second, and I'm like, Mom, it's 19.
That's so sweet.
It's 2021, and I live in probably the most atheist heavy part of Texas, and you think we close shit on Sunday?
Joel, what's going on with you? You said moth.
Did I really?
Bro, are you okay?
Remember when I was about to cry earlier talking about
And you were like, dude, you've been like, no, I've been noticing all day. You're like, moth, Like, I wish I could. Like, you're like doing stuff like that.
I don't know. I've been
dude okay?
No, I've been stumbling over my words a lot lately too, and also been stuttering a lot more.
That is sweet. And that's like the kind of Christian, that's your mom's like your mom, my mom, your dad, my dad. Great Christian people.
Sure.
I would never want to follow in those footsteps because it's so wrong.
I don't know if I agree. It's not the life I live though. Look at that. What's that called?
That, I don't know. It looks
you should have seen it. It was going in the stem. I think there's liquid in the stem and everything.
It looks like it's a vodka cocktail. I don't know what he put in it.
No, I mean, what kind of glass is that? I'm saying.
Oh, that's called a coupe.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not liquid in the stem. It looked like it was pouring down the stem too. That's not as cool as I thought.
So you know, all right. So the coupe he is looking at. Go in the freezer and grab a coupe.
Okay. Oh, did you see my new shoes?
See my new shoes? Did you notice that weird dirty smell over here?
This isn't bad, is it? It's way smaller.
Yeah, motherfucker. I'm going to teach you so much right now. All right. So, if you can see, Joel put his fucking dirty mugs all over this goddamn thing.
Yeah,
so
sorry I didn't grab it with my fucking invisible wrist.
This is called a coupe. Some of y'all might have seen this referred to as it's about 5 ounces. It's might be a
really?
Yeah, this is 5 ounce coupe.
And it goes in the stem.
No.
How is that 5 fucking ounces?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a glazier.
A big block of ice?
That's a glacier.
Oh shit! Oh, look at
don't get me started on that again.
We're on the Titanic and we hit a glacier.
So, anyways, this is fun. I get to talk about something that I'm passionate about. So this is called a coupe. This is technically this was created to celebrate with champagne. Mm-hmm. This glass has been around for like a couple of centuries now, maybe 2 centuries.
When you're at like a dinner party, this is like what they have on the trays.
Yep. Yeah. And these are designed. The original reason for these are for champagne.
Okay.
To enjoy champagne and get the effervescence. A glass will always tell you how to drink your booze. So if I give you something in this, it means you want to drink it quickly. Mm-hmm. There's no ice, and then it's like you're going to enjoy it all. It's going to fizz on your face.
Yeah.
It's
your nose bubbly. Is like right in there.
It's going to zing you, and it's like, oh yeah. So you want to put something effervescent in there with bubbles, right? Or you can do something you want, like with a lot of texture or something. You're making a daiquiri or anything, you put in here. Yeah, so this is called a coupe. And what Joel is talking about was the one that we saw in there had a stem that was probably a good 3 inches taller than this.
Yeah, at least.
And the reason is because if I were to give Joel brought the glass like this. Drink how you will, but technically the reason the stem is there is to keep the heat of your body away from the coldness of your cocktail, because you want to be as cold as possible. So you hold it by the stem to keep your body heat away, so it stays as cold as possible for as long as possible.
So like, hold it like this with the pinky. Like
so when I drink, you don't have to. When I drink a coupe,
I don't know if you noticed that, but I do it involuntarily with everything.
So in a mug of beer, I hold it by the handle.
Sure.
With this, it doesn't matter because this is a thick.
You just bend down and open your mouth.
There's a thick ceramic, so you can just hold it for sake and stuff. But this, like whenever I'm drinking out of coupe, I just boom. I'm like boom. I just hold it like this, and chances are, if I get something in coupe like a daiquiri, it's gone in 2 sips anyway. So just slam it.
Is that what you mazel tov with?
I guess.
Don't you put that? You wrap that and then you stomp it.
I don't know.
I think that's these. You wrap them and then you stomp them.
I don't know, Joel. I don't celebrate in Jewish tradition, but if that is, it's a beautiful part of their tradition. So, I mean, I was just trying to say that I feel more comfortable with God being interdimensional and coming through visiting us from other dimensions than I do about him coming from farther away spaces.
I feel that.
Having to travel here. That's all I wanted to get at.
Dude, so I searched, how do you mazel tov?
Let's hear it.
Well, there's no answer. It literally, because that's not...
It's congratulations.
It's a congratulations, so you don't do mazel tov. But the top question is it okay to say mazel tov? It just makes me laugh that anytime something is not comfortable...
I thought it's mazel tov with the V.
T-O-V. Mazel tov.
You're saying f.
Mazel tov.
You're saying f.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
You're saying mazel tov earlier.
That's why you're slipping.
The F.
Look, that's most wrong.
But what are they smashing? Like a light bulb or something?
It's glasses, but like when you see it in movies at weddings, it's always this or like a smaller version of this.
So they're just doing it to smash a glass.
Yeah, they wrap it in like a napkin or a towel.
Then what do they do with it?
A mazel tov! And then they sing, shout, come on, now shout. Everybody. And they put them on chairs and they do this on the chair, and the person on the chair is going. Is
shout a Jewish celebration?
No, I just watched Wedding Crashers recently, and they do the mazel tov thing, and that leads into the.
So this is a coupe, also been referred to as a Marie Antoinette glass, because they say this is not true. They say this glass was designed after Marie Antoinette's breast.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't realize
let him eat cake. Am I right?
I didn't realize exactly what that meant. I knew why she sucked. Mm-hmm. I knew why they fucking lobbed her head off with what's that dude's name? Louis. Mm-hmm. And I never really understood though why the let him eat cake was offensive, or
because there was no nutritional value to it. It's
no. I feel what it boils down to is she was so clueless about. She wasn't like, let him eat cake. Like, it has no nutritional value. She was so clueless of what was going on outside the castle walls that she was like, just let him eat cake. And they're like, bitch, you think we can just go and eat cake? Because cake was a luxury. And
right. It's not so the actual the noted reason why she's saying it, which could probably be wrong as well, is that it offended everybody because she said that when she learned that the regular people in the city had no bread. So she don't have bread. Well, let them eat cake. Like, they don't eat bread. They could eat cake.
Because she was clueless.
Yeah, she's an idiot. It's to show. So when people use it now, it's to show insensitivity to cultural things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really thought that I was going to go down this wormhole about God. Just really trying to. Yeah. I do believe in God.
Oh, I know. You tell us all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I tell y'all all the time.
I question you believing in God more than I ever question me believing in it.
I 100% believe in God. I just believe that doubt is the most important part of faith.
I don't get it.
Yeah, if you don't doubt shit.
You don't want to tell me?
No, I'm saying if you don't doubt shit, if you just believe shit blindly, mm-hmm. You don't question things that are hard to believe, then you're a sucker. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, then why was Moses punished so hard for doubting?
No. Doubt is exactly the lesson that God was trying to teach.
He struck the rock. He struck the rock one more time than God allowed him to, and so God banned him from the promised land.
What does that have to do with doubt?
Because he was punished for doubt.
I think we're looking at doubt two different. I'm saying doubt like Job doubted that the terrible things that were happening in his life were of God. He doubted that there was anything that could, but the lesson for Job was to have faith through all those times, right? But he struggled with it because his life was so shitty that he doubted that there was
indoctrination, dude. So
you're not wrong, but I mean, I think you take that out and I'll tell you what it was. It's
like a loyal dog.
Right. So if you don't doubt shit, you're just a loyal dog, a sucker.
But as a Christian, mm-hmm. You are taught not to doubt.
No.
Yes, you are.
I wasn't.
Yes, you are.
No.
You're like, God, and then also when people are like, you have free will, but God knows everything you're going to do.
Right. But I think, I was never taught, or anyone, I never ever was taught that doubt was wrong or that you shouldn't doubt things. That's actually, like I said, that's the lesson of Job, is to doubt.
Okay, then why was Moses punished for doubting?
I don't know. I don't know the answers to any of this shit.
And also this is why I really like my God living in parallel universes are in the universe of 11s. Mm-hmm, that mm-hmm. I guess we'll come with a name for that. Doug and Joel's universe.
We'll figure 11s. It out. We'll have something for you.
Yeah, and so like the reason I like looking at God this way is because like my choices can affect. I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't either.
I don't know. I just think that
you're adding God into an equation where everything else you've described doesn't need a God. I do believe in the supreme being, and I do believe that he's like all these like visitations stuff. I think that's what I'm getting at. All these visitations and stuff, and all these experiences from God. I feel like it's a terror in
You know?
Sure.
I think it's like interdimensional travel. if
To
you
a
will.
lesser extent, I even think dreams are a tear. Some sort of weird. Do you ever really stop to think like, dude, I've dreamt of places more than once to like where I know the layout of the place I'm in that don't exist as far as I know.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Schools,
And
buildings
you know
that have shown up over years in my dreams.
Dude, me too. Or
Yeah.
like when you're going through a dream, it's like, this isn't not what I remember it looking like, but I know exactly where I
I'm
am.
at. Yeah.
And I know where to go.
Also,
So,
another
it doesn't
weird
look
thing.
yeah.
A real weird thing with dreams is it mostly happens for me when I'm like having my sleep paralysis shit, or I guess night terrors.
You get sleep paralysis?
Oh yeah, we talked about this, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah, but so like it only happens every once in a while, but I always know, shit, like I always,
Yeah.
100% it's about to go down because you're actually seeing your actual environment, right? You just can't move. So it's like a red herring, or not a red herring. It's like a sort of like a pre-warning, like get ready, this shit's about to go down. But with regular dreams, it's just shit you've never seen before. It's shit that doesn't exist, and yet it's like the back of your hand. It's like you've done it before. And when situations happen in your dreams and you get that bad feeling like something bad is about to happen, how the fuck would you know that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess the answer is that your brain knows that it's about to think of some fucked up shit and it's about to spiral your dream downwards, but like maybe not. Maybe you've experienced it before and you're worried about having to experience it again. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Your brain's going, oh, we've done this before,
Yeah.
and something bad happens.
So like your sleep paralysis, like, have you ever heard of a sleep paralysis demon?
Yeah.
Like you have one?
Yeah, I have the same one everyone has. We've talked about this.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
we
so.
talked about the documentary and how like
I've never seen a documentary.
Okay,
so
there's
like,
a documentary called The Nightmare. And when
Yeah.
I saw it, I freaked out and called my mom and was like, dude, this is everything I ever talked about as a kid is in this movie. And it's just, sleep paralysis is pretty simple. You're lucid, you see the room you're in, you can't move.
Your eyes are closed.
Your eyes are closed, but they're open in dream state and everything is normal. And then you see shadows of people or outlines of people. Some people say they sit on their chest or whatever, but everyone sees the same things. And I think it's less of this weird demon that's getting in everyone's minds and more of when your brain is trying to create an image, right, of a person, your brain's... you're getting a person. It's just, it doesn't have features. You know what I mean?
It's like standing in a hallway or something.
It's a shadow.
So, okay. So hold on. So like with this whole thing, the sleep paralysis, does it happen for some people every night?
Oh, I don't know. For most people, I think it's one of those things where it just comes out of nowhere. And then I've heard people say that when they talk about it, it happens because
Yeah.
they get it in their head.
Yeah.
It just happened for me on Christmas.
Really?
And that's the first time it's happened since I lived in that shitty apartment in like 2014. And before that, it didn't happen.
I've only experienced somebody having it one time, and it fucking freaked me out.
I have to punch shit to get out of it. So my instinct is to reach behind my head and start punching the wall because I can't wake up unless I hurt myself enough to wake up.
Damn.
And it sucks. Like at Christmas, I woke up everyone in the house, but they didn't realize it. I was freaking out. I was like, damn it, everybody's gonna think I'm crazy. I'm at Caroline's parents' house, and apparently I was going, ugh.
Well, you know,
and then out of nowhere I went,
well, I used to have like severe sleepwalking. Remember that?
yeah.
Dude, I used to sleepwalk everywhere, dude. And like, dude, I'll never forget my girlfriend when I was younger, her parents being like, so you all right? I'm like, pretty good.
You pissed in our potted plants.
No, that's not what I did that time. My mom has a fucking sleepwalker story with me that I'll share some other time about me pissing all over the place. You know about that one?
No.
So, but like, I never forget, like, my girlfriend at the time, her parents, I was like 19. It was,
I know. Yeah. I figured it was one of two people.
and like her dad is like, yeah, you don't remember coming to our room last night? And I'm like, what? I thought he was messing with me, dude. And he's like, no, you came to our room last night and you're like, just start saying all this gibberish and stuff. And you just like start walking into the walls and stuff. And he's like, I'm like, what? And I'm like, he's like, you were sleepwalking. That's the first time it ever happened to me that I was told about outside of my house. And I was so embarrassed. But then like, yeah, so I sleepwalk all the time. I haven't sleepwalked in forever. Well, there's times like where I'll like wake up like in a different bed or on the floor or something like that. What when I sleepwalk the most is when I get overheated. And like
You're trying to get yourself cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like that's when it happens the most. But I'm dead asleep. When I was in Atlanta, I was freaking, or I was in Douglasville, I like slept. Dude, the band I was living with, dude, they're like, "Yo, dude, what? You all right?" And I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Dude, you like walk down, you start saying crazy shit to us. You turn around, walk to a wall, turn around, open the, you say, walk to the wall, pull your weenie out, just start pissing all over the wall, in front of everybody." And I'm like, "What?" And like, then you just turn around and like open the closet and just slam the closet. And I do remember my buddy John. I do remember like a hazy vision of him like pulling me out of the closet, and like I do remember that. And then one time I was in West Texas and I sleptwalk out into like, dude, I could have, this is like in a motel in the middle of nowhere in the desert, dude, like banging on another person's door trying to get in. It was 17 degrees. If I would have, dude, like this place I'm talking about, if I'd have wandered 30 feet anyway, I would have been in
the woods,
desert.
Oh, okay.
Desert. You know what I mean? Like 30 feet away in the middle of the night in West Texas desert, you're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the sundown, with no moon.
Yeah, sure.
Dude, you're gone. And so like, I lucked out on that one. And then like, I woke up covered in blood that time. And then, and like, dude, fucking bad. Like one time, I guess I was telling, I remember my mom was like, "Jesus Christ, Douglas, I can't believe you would do that." I'm like, "What is going on?" She's like, "You really don't remember?" She's like, "You don't remember last night?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Apparently we have that old timey phone in my kitchen, in my parents' kitchen, like the one like
the rotary phone."
Yeah, the rotary phone, and it works. And so like that's the reason it's important, because like it was like my mom was like wrapping. I think it's Christmas time actually. She's like wrapping presents or she's doing something. So I get up and I walk to the kitchen. My house that I grew up in is very quirky. So like there's a lot of like openings you can see, and there's like, anyway, it's a really old house. And so like I walk to the kitchen. She's like, "Oh, it must." She's like, Doug, you all right?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, Joel. Am I boring you?"
Why do you say that?
Because you're just like this. Give me
I
more.
didn't mean to.
Give me more enthusiasm.
My bad. I didn't mean to. I was scratching my forehead. Maybe it hurt. I'm not really sure. I was
really
literally just paying attention to you. I had no idea.
Your pay attention face is so boring.
Tell me more. All right, but for real, tell me more.
No, so like, and I walked in. My mom said that I was just like, I'm like, so I guess he's gonna give somebody a call, because I go to the phone, and they're the high chair that from my biggest sibling, my biggest brother, all the way to me, and to the grandchildren of my family, have all sat in this high chair. Mm-hmm. It's an heirloom, a proper heirloom.
Right.
And so like, she says, I'm standing. She's like, "Well, I guess he's going to call somebody." And so she says, all of a sudden, I just like pull my wiener out. She can't see it. She can't see my dinghy because where she's sitting. So I felt
better. Felt better.
I'm like, "Did you see my wiener?" Well, I was like, "Douglas, I gave you birth." What do they say? I birthed you.
I birthed you.
I'm not worried about seeing your stupid
penis.
Wiener. But so I pull out my wiener and I start pissing everywhere. And she's going, "Doug, what do you, she's like, what the she's like, "What are you doing, you idiot?" And she's like, and she said, I'm going, "Get out of here. Get out of here. Get." I'm like pissing all over the place. I'm like, "Get out of here." And she says that she's coming up there. She's coming to grab me. I'm just like, "Get out of here." And I just like finished peeing. She's like, put my stuff away. And I just like run back into my bedroom and like jump into my bed or like miss my bed or something like that. I was like, she was so fucking, the next day my mom's like over me. She's like, and just like yelling at me. Like, do you remember what you did last time? I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "I had to clean piss." So I'm sorry, Mom.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I've only ever sleptwalked once, and I still am not quite sure what happened, but I was dating someone when I first moved to Austin, and I was at her house, and I remember being on the back porch with her while her dog walked, and we were smoking a cigarette, and I vaguely remember her going, I'm going to go inside. And I say, I'm going to have one more cigarette. Cut to, I got nothing after that. Straight blank after that. Cut to, a hand on my shoulder. I am in her pantry with the door closed, bent over the trash can, dead ass asleep. And I remember her going, "What are you doing?" And me going, "Oh, throwing something away." Turned around and went to bed. I woke up the next morning. She's like, "Why were you in the pantry?" And I can see it all. I got these flashes. No clue. Wasn't on any drugs. Wasn't drunk. Smoked a cigarette. Next thing I know, I woke up in a pantry, and it was like the "I'm making tacos" thing.
Yeah.
I just said it. "Oh, I'm throwing something away," and then went to bed. And I got zero idea how I ended up there or why I was in their pantry. I definitely wasn't eating or cooking anything, or I had nothing to throw away. I was just smoking cigarettes on the porch. I didn't even have anything to throw away.
Like, what's our bodies telling us?
I don't know.
Cool down.
Chill. Throw yourself away. You're garbage. My body walked me straight to a trash can and bent over. Get in, motherfucker.
Dude, my cousin Joe, he freaking I've seen him fall asleep standing up twice.
I fell asleep with my eyes open one time, and it freaked you the fuck out.
Dude, fucked me up, dude. There was a while there I didn't know if you even knew how to sleep anymore.
Oh, I don't.
Do you not sleep very well now?
I have to take sleeping pills to go to sleep, and they're probably getting a little overboard.
Dude, well, shit, dude. Need a fucking...
Nothing helps.
Nothing helps.
Wait, check it out. I'm going to do deck the halls with my teeth. You ready?
That was fucking awesome.
Why?
It sounded like your jaw was popping that whole time.
Every time I'm just breaking it.
Okay, you gotta
enough.
stop that shit. Dude, whoo, that was fucking awesome. So, like, all I was gonna say is sleeping last night. This happens to me all the time. I'm always like, I can't go to sleep till midnight. Everybody's like, why the fuck you can't go to sleep till midnight? Because if I go to sleep at 10:30,
Up by 3.
no, I'll wake up at 11:30
Oh, shit.
and then be wide awake. But for some reason, if I make it past midnight, I will sleep through the night.
I can't take okay, when I say sleeping pills, I don't mean like Ambien or anything. We just take over-the-counter Unisom.
Like melatonin.
No,
or something?
Unisom, the diphenhydramine. So it's just the antihistamine that makes you tired. It's what's in Advil PM. It's what's in NyQuil, diphenhydramine. So they make pills of just that called Unisom.
Okay.
And they're like 50 milligrams or whatever. But I have to take them at 12:30. Not before, not after, because my body's used to them now. So it takes 4 hours for me to get tired after I take them.
12:30 p.m.?
12:30 a.m. And I go to sleep at 5:15 every day and wake up between 9:30 and 1. I can't sleep longer. Today
You
was
stay
the
up till
latest.
5:15 in the morning?
Not by choice. I literally can't fall asleep. I'll go turn on King of the Hill and end up watching a whole season. Like, I can't.
You don't play video games or anything?
I can't do anything that takes thought. I'm done. By 1 o'clock, my brain is done. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to talk. I don't want to fucking laugh or giggle or
Why
play
did you
games.
call me last time? I noticed a missed call from you.
Shit, it was actually important. Why was it? It was something about today. So it's done. It doesn't matter now because it's too late. It was something about today. Oh, it's something. I think it's something I can't talk about on air.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was something that I was trying to tell you. Man, I'll have to think. I probably won't remember till I get on. But anyway, yeah, so I can't, and she's the same way. She can't sleep until at least 5.
So I just like lay down and watch TV shows.
I stay in the living room until like 2:33, and then I go into the bedroom and watch King of the Hill or Seinfeld. And then but my
So y'all watch King of Hill or Seinfeld together?
yeah. But I can't. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I go to sleep at 5:30 or if I go to sleep at midnight. At 9:30, I start waking up to pee, and my body. I can't explain it other than my body begs me from that moment forward to get up.
Yeah.
I can sometimes force myself to fall back asleep, but if I do, I won't wake up till 1:30. So I have to make a choice every day if I want to get up and just be exhausted at 9:30, or if I want to force myself to go back to sleep knowing that I definitely will not wake up again till 1:30.
Yeah, dude, well, I'm taking a big break from drinking too. That's been helping me go to sleep too.
Yeah, I only drink two, maybe 3 beers a day if I'm drinking now.
I think Tuesdays are like my designated drinking day now.
Yeah.
And it's like I just have like I'll have like a 6-pack and then go, because I have so much going on my agenda this year. And I really need time. Yeah. I need what we allude to as time. I need to be able to be up and out of the apartment at 10 a.m. So I can work on projects or whatever. And a lot of them have to do with creating experiences for people to enjoy drinking, but at the same time, which is so weird. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing though. But it's good that you're doing the things that you have to do to accomplish what you want, even when they're not fun.
Yeah.
I am having the same problem, but I have nothing to accomplish.
But what brings me to sleep, dude, if I'm bored, I'm just like, dude, I just want to drink a 6-pack and just play some video games. And sometimes I'm like, Doug, you got to fucking cut the drinking out because you want to enjoy drinking down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what separates my alcoholism from a lot of others. Because
you're in it for the long haul, they're in it for today.
Well, yeah, and it's like they need it. Well, and the thing is, I don't want to
need it.
But
I don't want you to need it either.
And also, I don't want my vice to become in my main source of income.
Yeah, you don't want those things linked. That's like the dealer who gets hooked on his own supply. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like I don't want anybody there's a weird thing. There's a lot of bartenders respecting the industry that have gone sober or are going sober. And when I first started hearing about this, I'm like, well, you got to drink. This is a couple of years ago. I'm like, we got to drink to be a bartender, don't you? You got to know what your product you're giving and stuff. And there's a time I was getting kind of irked by it. I'm like, well, then go find something else to do and leave and open up the path for the rest of us. And the older I get, I'm like, man, it's
really the only sustainable way to do it, right? Because
you can't.
The bigger you get as a bartender, and people like you who are pushing to have this entire career built around alcohol, dude, you fucking kill yourself if you try to keep up the same attitude of drinking that you had when you were in your 20s through now. That's probably what happens to. And you don't have to
be drunk to understand how to make a really complex cocktail.
In fact, you probably shouldn't be drunk to make a really complex cocktail.
Yeah, so it's when the people that I've been around in the industry that make these cocktail stuff, they make a brilliant cocktail in 1 or 2 sips, maybe a third to really get the complexity, and a lot of them spit it out, which is but you have to understand what's happening, and then they'll go back to it 15 minutes later, see what happened.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Because you got to make sure you know what's happening the whole entire journey of the cocktail, especially if you're spending $15 or more on it.
Yeah, totally.
You're not going to give somebody a 100. You're not going to. Okay, so say you, me, Caroline, and Pef all went to a tiki bar and we spent $60 on a shareable cocktail, right? We're not going to I'm not going to give you something that tastes great first sip, but if y'all 4 or the 4 people get caught up in a conversation, the second sip is going to be gross. That can happen, and so you got to be really diligent about that. And so, but the thing is, it's my younger self, even sometimes now, because I do enjoy a good buzz, I'll be like, well, I guess I got to drink the whole thing. That's not true.
No, it's not true. Dude, I wasn't a big drinker. Through the entire time that we hung out as teenagers, I didn't drink. I didn't drink in high school. I didn't drink with y'all ever. And it had nothing to do with me not liking alcohol and everything to do with me thinking it was fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
However, I got real fucking into beer specifically 3 years ago, and I was drinking way too much, but it wasn't one of those things where you notice it at first because it's just beer.
Yeah.
I wasn't angry or breaking stuff or being a dick. I was just perpetually drunk on beer.
And it does affect you.
It does. And I gained so much weight all in the weirdest places. I was pale all the time. I was tired as shit.
Yeah.
Because I was hungover every day, but I wasn't. With beer, man, you don't get drunk in the same way. I just would be like, what a great day. Here's 6 beers going to sleep. And then I wake up and be like, man, I feel like shit. Why do I feel like shit? It was from all the drinking. So now I barely drink, and it's made drinking so much better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's the fucking best. I'm so excited to get home and crack that stash.
Yeah, you got clean veins and stuff. So you have a nice clean buzz. You don't wake up fucking completely full of gunk because you've been drinking for the past 5 fucking days. Yeah.
I hate the feeling of when you're sweating and you smell alcohol.
Oh yeah.
That's so gross to me. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. You want to cut it?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Sorry, no, but yeah. So drink if you want, but
responsibly.
All right, Joel, hit it.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the episode of I See But I Believe You.
You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Stitcher, and iTunes. My name is Joel. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week for one last in-person episode of I Didn't See But I Believe You. Suck a nut!
That's the last ones next week? What the fuck?
It is. Then yeah.
But it's not going to be the last one.
No, I know. I'm saying the last one in person at this house together right now.
Fair enough. And well, it won't be.
I know, but I said it wrong. Go fuck yourself. See you next week.
All right, bye.